December 3rd, 1958, Dwight D. Eisenhower was president. Pope John the 23rd was pope. Mother Helen Patricia Delaney was provincial. Explorer 1, the first U.S. satellite in orbit, lifts off in Cape Canaveral. Those celebrating 50 years have never lived in formation at either St. Joseph's Seminary in Troy or St. Joseph's Provincial House here in Latham. We lived our postulate, novitiate, and juniorate at 741 Madison Avenue. Since we were the largest group to ever enter, 65 entered on September 15th, 1960, it was easier to change the name of the building than to move us. Served in all 3 vice provinces. Maria Boleris, 2 years in Japan, Janet Kavanaugh, 20 years in Peru, and John Joseph Gilligan, 29 years in Hawaii. And all 3 of these sisters are celebrating 50 years. This year's celebrants include teachers and administrators in all levels of education, scientists, psychologists, counselors, missionaries, librarians, social workers, parish ministers, pastoral associates, hospital chaplains, cooks, drivers, spiritual directors, novice directors, nurses' aides, outreach workers, college administrators, in-service workers. All CSJs responding to Father Nadaz to perform all the spiritual and corporal works of mercy, of whom women is capable of, and which will benefit the dear neighbor. How different religious life was in 2011, it is in 2011, from when we all entered. Some have lived through 2 world wars. Our convents, once filled with large numbers of sisters, have become, in many situations, houses of 1, 2, or 3, and located in the neighborhood, near the dear neighbors. Our habit has become the dress of the day. Vatican II turned the world on its heels. The Beatles changed the music culture. The heritage we became part of changed, but the choices we made along the way have shaped where we are now. Each time we meet each other, we are blessed with a holy encounter. Today, we are celebrating years of encounter and utter prayers of sincere gratitude for the privilege that has been ours. May each of us, like Joseph, always remain open to the plan God has for us and for the gift of grace God has bestowed on us. Humor me for a moment. Would all of you please just point to yourself? Just for a moment. Would everyone please point to yourself? Now would you look around? You will notice that most people are pointing to their heart. You didn't point to your knee, you didn't point to your ankle, you pointed to your heart. Because you see, we are relational people. And as community, it is at the heart of it for all of us. That's why we're celebrating this day, us, Sisters of St. Joseph, women who served the dear neighbor for 75, 65, 60, 50, and 25 years. Women who dedicated their lives to break open the Word, bring healing to the suffering, and have touched the lives of millions of souls to share the gospel message. We celebrate Jubilees today as community, a day with no meetings, no small groups, no reports. We're here for and with each other. A time when we take this day to be proud of each other, of our accomplishments, of who we are and have become. We celebrate being sisters to each other. We are fed here at the table of the Eucharist, and we will continue feeding each other with the Eucharist of joy and laughter and happiness and just being together. We are here to thank our God for the gifts and blessings each of us have been given. We are thankful for those who have become with us, who have traveled with us throughout all of these years. It is important for us to acknowledge our own gifts and blessings. Anthony DeBello relates that in a story when he talks about a spiritual advisor talking to a